to actually leave and come back. So I'm going to share my screen. I have a PowerPoint for you. You guys can see that? Yes, good. Okay, so just a quick little talk about cybersecurity, how important it is. And in your email, I actually sent a copy of this PowerPoint so that you could just spend some time with it. Time is short right now, so I'm going to buzz through our points real fast, but go to your email and take your time with it. So it's very important for us to make sure our computers are updated on the security, all the Microsoft updates. And when you are actually looking at emails, we have to be really, really careful because they're getting tricky about how they're presenting emails to people, and it's easier to get fooled. Ransomware data breaches is very, very big. I'm not going to concentrate, but big universities have been hacked and they've had to pay a lot of money, including banks and hospitals. I mean, the list goes on. One of the latest ones was Mansfield City Schools. However, they had a lot of network protocols in place and they were able to stop it. So that's where we're at also, because we have our protocols in place. This is just a quick map of just a snapshot of how much traffic of spam at this point in time. So this kind of gives you an idea. This is a lot of traffic. Okay. Now, for our safety, or our cybersecurity safety, all employees and students are required to change their password every 90 days. They must enroll in password services. And everybody should have got the brochure from HR for employees. If not, I'll just go ahead and make sure I send that out again so everybody has it. And that tells you how to log into password services. And all educational institutes, including NC State, has a two-factor authentication process, and that's to strengthen your cybersecurity. So we use Duo, D-U-O, and probably you can raise your hands if you've already seen that before. If not, you will be when you try to log in. It'll walk you right through it. You should be getting something in your email to register you, but it's a very simplistic process. It uses your phone, like an app on your phone, to kind of release it. If you do have problems, though, you can call me on this or email me, and I'll be happy to walk you through it. We encourage everybody to use your OneDrive, which is a part of your Office 365 package. Being an NC State employee, you get Office 365 for free, and that includes your email and Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of those programs on 5 different devices for as long as you're employed with us. So this is an opportunity for you to be on the same wavelength the students are, using the same programs. Also, it has OneDrive, and you've got like over 1 terabyte of space. So we encourage you to upload everything into the OneDrive, all your assignments, whatever documents, so that it's always there in the cloud. Wherever you're at in a computer, you just log in and you can download and use your OneDrive for the documents. That keeps you from having a flash drive that got broken and all my important tests are on there. So we have 2 types of cyber awareness training. One is in person during the convocation, and with adjuncts. I always do the adjuncts also. And then the rest of the college does an in-service day. And in between them, I send out periodically, usually several times a month, a new spam that we need to watch out for, or a reminder, or something to kind of help educate you on phishing and spamming. We also have a web-based, and it's called Know Before. And you are going to see a link come to you, and it's going to talk about needing to take the training. So Know Before, I don't know if you can see my little, down at the bottom, there's my little logo for that, but you will be seeing that. And what the system does is that via web, it's going to periodically send bogus emails that are bad. So you're not going to be able to tell right away if it's good or if it's bad or if it's from KnowBe4 or somebody else, because they look pretty close to the spammers. Okay, so this is a type of an email that you may be getting, saying you're now enrolled in annual security awareness training, and you would have a link. I normally don't send things with links because of all the phishing and spamming. If you ever get a message that you've been enrolled in first-time clickers, that means that you have clicked on a bad link in a KnowBe4 email that they've sent you. Did you do that? Honey, I did it too. This is so funny because
it was by mistake. I knew it was probably one, and I accidentally clicked on it anyway. Then
mine
I had to
was
go to training.
I had to change my credit card, and it was attached to my Netflix, and I got something in for Netflix, and I'm like, oh yeah, I changed my credit card, clicked on that thing, and it was a KnowBe4, thank God. But it's like, I know better. I train people.
Yeah.
Take the time to read it. So reading, taking that time. But you would get something like this. You've been enrolled in the one time or the first time or the second time clickers. It's just a simple little training that you can take to kind of help you through. 8 things to know about phishing. What it is, it's a type of fraud in which a hacker attempts to gather personal information or credentials by impersonating a legitimate brand and sending users to a malicious website. And boy, they've gotten very, very good with this. Spear phishing is an email scam targeting to a specific individual, organization, or business. Microsoft, believe it or not, is the #1 phishing brand because it offers email, file storage, OneDrive, and Share Drive all in one system. So Microsoft is targeted big time. If they can get your credentials, get you to give away your username and password, they can get into your account and they can go crazy. So Microsoft products, and you will see a lot of phishing attempts and spams for Microsoft products. So just kind of take extra care with those. Types of the cyber attacks, they want to take some kind of action. It requires you to, they want you to log in here, and sometimes it's almost like a threat, like, oh, if you don't do this, you're going to lose your account or something like that. They'll send you a file, shared file, and want you to go to this folder. There's always voice message attacks where they'll send you an email voice message, and then they want you to click on the link to hear your message from Microsoft. Just so you know, we never get voicemails from Microsoft. None of us. It is ShoreTel is our voicemail system, and it will have that in the email address when we get our voicemails. Adjunct, you don't have to worry about getting voicemails because you don't have the phone associated with that. However, if you get a message that says you've got a voicemail from Microsoft, you say, nope, we don't want that. So that's a little bit of the types of cyber attacks. Spoofing is another one. Never trust an email based on solely on the sender, because they can actually grab somebody's name and make it looks like it's from Tony Johnson at NC State College. And, oh, I know Tony, I'm just going to click on this and do whatever without looking at the rest of the email, and boom, they got you. So we have to be careful of them spoofing the name or the address. The other thing is a cousin domain. So it'll look just like the original domain, like Apple, apple.com. Only thing is they'll put maybe apple.co. They'll just slightly change that domain name. So you have to be very careful before you trust domains like Apple or Microsoft or your bank domain, to make sure it is the exact email address. The email can be enticing or threatening. It can promise to give you a new iPhone, or it can threaten to take immediate action if you don't click here and give your information. It can impersonate HR staff, and this is a kicker, because there was something, and I seen something the last couple of days, but this happened last year, where it looked like it came from payroll, and it can actually send your direct deposit someplace else. So be very, very careful, and know that HR will never contact you through an email that says, click on this so that you'll continue to get your pay. They won't do that. Be very, very careful with your information. And this is on your personal devices also. So for spoofing, we're never going to trust. Oh, I must have kicked backwards. Sorry about that. Okay. The attacks are getting more personal because they used to be dear customer or generic greeting. Now they're giving your name, like, oh, they know you now. So watch out for that too. That's funny because I know that I'm not doing that. It's going back and forth. We love computers, so bear with me, guys, because I don't know why I'm still clicking left button and it wants to do that. Employees need to read the emails carefully. Don't just skim it. They've cleaned up a lot of their grammar mistakes. That used to be a big telltale sign, and some of them still are, the spelling issues and really poor grammars. But they usually have boxes that says go to or info or click here, or an underline link or an attachment. Every phishing email includes a link set up to look like an official web page for like your bank. Like a link might say, go to your Office 365 account. And when you click on that, it tells you to put in your username and your password to log in. Now they've got your information. So roll over links before you click on them. And there's going to be like a little pop-up button, and you're going to see exactly where that is going. To avoid detection, hackers can include attachment, make it a PDF or Word document. It can appear to be from a legitimate business, a vendor, or a colleague asking you to open the attachment and click on the link inside. Personally, I send out DocuSigns, and some of you, no, it wouldn't have been for you, but like we had to do like laptops for the staff. And so I always tell all the people who's getting the DocuSign, I'll email them right off the bat. Watch out for this. This is coming. This is from me, so that they know to watch out for it. So if you do have to send something, and if you are like in your Office 365 and you use like a share option, send a separate email to the people and say, hey, this is legitimate. I'm sending this, so that they know to expect it. They can use the real brand images like the Office 365, the Google's, DocuSign, Dropbox to make it appear legit. They're getting really good. And if they spent that much on world peace, we'd be good. So they want you to take action, and we want you to be able to think before you open an email. Is it from a trusted source? Are you expecting it? Mouse over links to see where it's going before you click on it. Never give your username and password or login from links inside emails or attachments. On personal devices, make sure your operating system and antivirus is to date. Never open suspicious emails. And when in doubt, give IT a shout. Report all suspicious emails to the IT service desk. Smartphones are a little trickier because smartphones, you can accidentally touch a link and open it without, you can't roll over, so you can't check it, and it's easy to bump something. So you have to be really careful using your smartphone to open up an email. Now, most of you will probably not have a desktop Outlook, but KnowBe4 has something called a Fish Alert Report button. And you're going to find this in your Outlook, the web-based Outlook email. And if you right click on the actual email, you'll get this little menu. And the very last thing is Fish Alert V2. And you can click on that, and that will send that email to the KnowBe4 system, and it's going to check it, see if it's valid. It'll come back and tell you if it's good, it'll bring it back. If it's not, it disappears and doesn't come back. So that's another way that you can verify if it's a good email, or you can just send it to me. I look it over, or have one of my techs look it over, and then we'll get back with you to say it's okay to click or it's not. Spam relay is sending spam from your email account. And what happens when you click on a bad account, or excuse me, when you click on a bad email and gave your information, you can do a spam relay. So it'll take everybody in your address book. And you know, that's a lot of people, and it's going to start sending them out. Not just one, not just two. I've seen it rack up like 10,000 emails in 5 minutes. So this puppy just generates really fast. And what happens is IT will have to shut down your account. You can't send anything, you can't receive anything. Sometimes we can get on the college can get on the blacklist, which takes a while to get back off, meaning whatever server was being hit with those spam relays, that server is going to shut us down. Say it was Ashland Schools, and nobody can email from our college to Ashland Schools until they've cleared us. And that means they know that we've cleared the problem on our end. So we always bounce whenever anybody is using a computer and sending emails, it bounces against several different types of servers. So that's another reason why we have to be careful not getting blacklisted. We can also have to pay money to get off the list. And your credentials at risk, and the possible identity theft is another problem. And your computer and data could be held for ransom, which is really, really big right now. So whether you know or you think that you clicked on a link, go to Password Services, change your password immediately, call the IT service desk, which is me, let me know what happened, and email me after hours or to report or place a ticket through IT or through my services. And working together, we're creating a safe computing environment. So is there any questions? I silenced everybody, didn't I? That's a lot of information, and I know it is, but it's very important. That's why I sent everything via email, and you can just kind of go over it, okay? Thank you.